what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the inside and outside of my train station. So I shouldn't have to tell you guys that if you want to make the inside and outside of my train station, you kinda have to have the train station itself built. Now, I only made the tutorial a couple of days ago, so I understand if you guys haven't made it yet, but if you do want to follow this video along, you do have to have what we have on the screen in front of us built already. If you don't, check out the card system, check out the description below. You'll find a playlist called my train station building tutorial playlist. It's really easy to find. That's in the card system, the description below. It will take you anywhere between half an hour and 45 minutes to make. You'll end up with something that should look like this, and then you can follow this video along. That is in the card system and the description below. You'll find it no problem. Also, at the end of that video, I gave you guys a homework assignment. How many of you did it? Where we had to fill the complete floor in here with oak wood planks to give us something which should look like this. To progress on to this next part, we also need the floor filled in with oak wood planks, but that's it guys. So, once you have all of this built, including the floor, what we'll need to continue on is all of these materials that you can see in my inventory right now. So you might want to take a note of them, grab them, and then continue. I know, this is loads, and we don't even have all of them. We're going to have to grab them from all over the place once we actually start building. But to begin with, we're going to want to grab some oak wood planks, some spruce wood planks, some dark oak wood stairs, some limestone clay, some oak wood fence, some spruce wood slabs, some wooden trapdoors, some flower pots, and some poppies. Plus, we need some more stuff. So, the first thing that we're going to begin building in our train station is going to be all the way over here on the left. This is the entrance to the train station. This is where you walk in, and then you would buy your ticket, and then you can exit there. So, we're going to have two sofas in here on the left hand side. They line up like this. So can you see where we have this polished andesite connected to these stone bricks in the wall next to the entrance? Well, leaving a gap of one between the wall and this spruce wood plank that we've just placed. We want to place that spruce wood plank, and then we want to go left of this towards the front of the train station by 4 with the limestone clay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, leaving a gap of 1 all the way around. We then want to move down from this limestone clay by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we want to place a spruce wood plank, go right of that spruce wood plank, and also extend that first initial spruce wood plank inwards by 1. We then want to do a layer of dark oak wood stairs inside of the limestone clay slash spruce wood planks. Then place a spruce wood slab on top of the back spruce wood planks. Then do a layer of oak wood fence directly on top of the limestone clay. We then need the spruce wood slabs, and we want to have a 2x2 square of spruce wood slabs placed 1 block away from the seating area. So you can see that it fits into a nice square shape like this, except it doesn't actually want to touch the seating area. Then on top of the outer spruce wood planks, we want to place flower pots with poppies in them. We then want to place wooden trapdoors in front of those same blocks, and we want to close them. We also need some wooden buttons. We're going to place the wooden buttons on the outer parts of the seating area that we've just made. We'll end up with something that should look like this. This is a very fancy, nice looking seating area that you can change the color of. Feel free to change the materials, it's completely up to you. But that particular one is complete. Once you've got that one taken care of, we now want to do another one. This other one is going to be right on the opposite side, on the left as you walk in this time, and once again, it begins just like 1 block in front of this andesite that is connected to the ceiling with stone bricks. So 1 block, we want to place a spruce wood plank. We then want to go right of that by 4 with the lime clay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to extend this towards us across the station by 3, 1, 2, 3. We then want to place a spruce wood plank. Extend each one of those planks inwards by 1, and then do a layer of dark oak wood stairs inside. You then want to place a spruce wood slab on top of the upper spruce wood planks with a layer of fence connecting them on top of the limestone clay. We then want our 2x2 square of spruce wood slabs, which forms a table. We want the flower pots on the edges of the arms for the chairs or the seats or whatever you want to call them. We want to have the wooden trapdoors in front of those same blocks, and then we want to have wooden buttons on the side of the seat to give us something which should look a little bit like that. And you can see that that looks all nice and fantastic, doesn't it? Very, very simple to achieve. Looks great, IMO. So, Once you've got that taken care of, the next thing that we have to make is the place where you would actually buy the tickets. So the place where you would buy the tickets is on this back wall here, right in the center. And it is actually situated. So can you see where we have this row of torches here? In front of this row of bricks that we have, we want to follow this very left-hand brick down with this torch, and we want to follow it down to the ground, here. And in front of this, we want to place a spruce wood plank. Going right of said plank, we want to do a row of 6 spruce wood planks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. We then want to place wooden trapdoors coming from in front of the left and right hand spruce woods. We then need to grab spruce wood stairs. We'll also need some oak wood slabs. We also need some bookshelves. We will need some signs. We also want to have the oak wood fence for this part. We also want to have paper and item frames. We also need ourselves some regular buttons, which I actually have down below here. Okay. We want to, in front of the wooden trapdoors, we want to place upside down spruce wood stairs. Now, this may be a little bit tricky with the setup that we have here, so I'm just going to place these guiding blocks. So it wants to be 1 block away from the wooden trapdoor. We then want to go right of that spruce wood stairs by 5 with the oak wood slabs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to place an upside down spruce wood stairs going right. Then we want to, on top of the same blocks that we have the wooden trapdoors extended from, we want to have a regular spruce wood stairs with an upside down one above it. So 1 on the left, 1 on the right. We then want to place a layer of oak wood slabs directly on top of each one of those stairs, and then we want to connect them together left and right. Then, with this space that we have down below, on top of the layer of spruce wood planks, starting from the left, we want to have a bookcase. Leave a gap, bookcase, leave a gap, bookcase. Bookshelf, my apologies. We then want to have signs in between them, or item frames rather. We then want to place paper in the item frames. Above the item frames, we want to have oak fence. In between the gaps, in between the bookshelves, we want to have signs. Now, these signs would say different things. So let's say you wanted to get a ticket from, I don't know, if you wanted to get a ticket to, let's say Manchester. That's a city here in England. Then this would say Manchester. I'm actually spelling this right. Or if you wanted a ticket to, what's a nice, easy American city? Like, if you wanted a city to, like, New York, then you could just have a sign that says New York. You guys get the idea. You can customize the signs here. You also want to place buttons in front of each one of those bookshelves, like that. If you also want to spruce up this little workspace that we have, an option is to place a cash register or 2, maybe like here and here. Another option is to add some flowers on top of the very corners here. If you want to spruce things up, of course. You might like it as it is, and as a matter of fact, I don't have anything on mine. I just have it without this, without the flowers, without anything. Up to you. I like it nice and open like this, although I am a fan of the flowers. Now, once you've got those 2 bits done, the next thing we're going to do is this area here, right at the end. So, as you walk in, it's on the very end here. We're going to add 2 toilets and a little kind of like coffee cake shop. So that's what we're going to add. And the materials that we'll need to make it, we'll need ourselves some andesite, we'll need some bricks, we need ourselves some block of iron, we'll need a couple of doors if we have them, we do. We'll also need some, like, let's say some signs, and we don't need too much else for now. You know what, we'll also grab like the oak wood planks or maybe some spruce wood stairs. Okay, so right here on this very right hand side, on the end, we want to, can you see where we have this stone brick right in the center of like these 4 rows of stone brick where it kind of converges? We want to take this, and we do need stone bricks ourselves. We want to take this stone brick and we want to extend it from one side to the other, from front to back, and this is just going to section off this area for us. You can also separate it. So you see in the wall here where we have the vertical rows of stone bricks, we can connect the upper row of stone bricks all the way to the row of stone bricks that we've just placed. So we can just connect the walls to to the long row of stone bricks that we've just placed. We can also connect the stone bricks that connect to the wall, so this that connect to the back wall, we can connect these down to the ground as well with a layer of andesite. It just so happens that I have a torch there. No, I didn't need to get rid of that. I don't know why, my eyes are just bad apparently. So we have one there, and we can also connect this one down here. Whereas the kind of like cake coffee shop is open, the two toilets for obvious reasons are not. So to make these, you want to have a layer of bricks in an N shape or an upside down U shape, however you want to see it. You want to have a layer of upside down bricks like this, going all the way around to form an archway shape in these left-hand two spaces, and then you want a layer of block of iron doing the same. So you want to have a layer of block of iron going around the inside of your bricks. We then want to have oak wood doors in those spaces, and we want to have signs above the doors. So for instance, like you'd want something like, I don't know, like men, women's, girls, boys, Steve's, Alex's, that sort of thing in the signs, just to signify whose toilet is whose. So there we go. There we have the two kind of like, they're the spaces where the toilets are going to go. I'd prefer it if we had a little bit of a light for this next part, because I mean it is a little bit dark in here, isn't it? We'll take care of lighting and all of that other fun stuff in due time. I will probably do it like right after we've done all of the building inside, then we'll take care of the lighting, but for now some torches dispersed everywhere is alright. Okay, so in here, for the toilets, we need loads of stuff. We need quartz stairs, we need block of iron, we need cauldrons, we need water, we need some wooden trapdoors, we need some oak wood fence, we need some item frames, we need some empty maps. To make this, the toilets, let's separate them first, actually. No, we don't have to separate them. Yeah, actually we will. So the toilets, I'm going to separate them with a layer of block of iron, because that's kind of like the material that I'd expect to be in like a bathroom wall, kind of like a nice white, neutral, clean looking wall. The toilet I'm going to place in this back corner here. It's going to have an upside down quartz stairs, which is going to be really hard to place here without destroying the wall, like an upside down quartz stairs. If I can place it, like I said guys, it's really difficult to place in this position, isn't it? I mean, maybe, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't, place it. Okay, we'll simply destroy the wall then, and we'll place the upside down quartz stairs right in that corner. In front of it, we want to have a cauldron. Above the quartz stairs, we want a block of iron. In the cauldron, we want water, and we want a wooden trapdoor on top of the cauldron. We then want to have, going right of the quartz stair, we want to have an oak wood fence. Right of that fence, a block of iron with a cauldron, then right of that, a block of iron. Fill the cauldron with water. This is pretty much the toilet, but we do have to add a couple of things. So in front of the fence, we want to add an item frame with an empty map. That's toilet paper. We want to make the toilet look a bit nicer. We will need buttons for this, and we will also need a material that we don't have, which is stone pressure plates. So we'll place a button on the side, we'll place a stone pressure plate up top. There we have a toilet. There we have a little wash basin thing, so we can place some pressure plates on there. We can place some buttons in front of there to make it look a little bit nicer. We also need a hand dryer on the wall, so that can be a block of iron, like right about here, let's say, or yeah, right about there, and we can have a button in front. Or if you like, you could also have just next to that like the good old-fashioned like paper if you wanted to. And that's pretty much the toilet. There's obviously not too much that needs to go on in here, but this is toilet number one. Let's move to toilet number two. So toilet number two is obviously very, very similar to toilet number one. As a matter of fact, it's the exact same, and we build it in the same way. Why don't I just fill in this wall here first? So there's obviously going to be a wall between the toilet and the coffee, tea shop sort of thing. So we're going to have a brick wall between the toilet and that, and now we can come back in here. So I'm going to make it literally the exact same way, unless you want to inverse it, which you can. So I'm going to knock through this wall here just to make it easier, and I can place like a cauldron here, and then I want an upside down quartz stairs. That's how we begin the toilet, and this is just going to be opposite to the little bathroom that we have here. It's going to look the same except reversed. So we then want to fill the toilet with water. We want a wooden trapdoor on top of it. We want to have block of iron with buttons and stone pressure plates. We want a block of iron on top of the stairs. We want a stone pressure plate on top of that. We want a button to the left. We also want to have an oak fence next to the stairs. We want to have an item frame in front of it with an empty map. We then want to, going left of that oak fence, we want a block of iron with a cauldron next to it with a block of iron again. We want to fill that cauldron with water. We also want to, I just remembered something, we want to place stone pressure plates on top of those with buttons in front. We also want on the wall a block of iron with a button, and we also want an item frame with an empty map in it. And this is mostly the bathroom, but to make the sink look a bit better, place a tripwire hook above the sink, and that looks like a tap. And I'm going to do the same thing in this other bathroom. I kind of forgot to do it, to be honest with you. And those are what the bathrooms look like. If you want to make them look a little bit nicer still, add a bit of carpet to them. White carpet would look nice. White carpet is just fine, maybe in the center. Add a little bit to it. Doesn't hurt. Makes it look a little bit nicer, makes it look a bit more interesting. And if you want to make it a bit more interesting still, add a painting. Add a painting to the wall. Maybe like here. No, that's a bit freaky. Maybe like something like that, perhaps, or something a little bit like this. I'd like a 1x2 or a 2x1, however you want to say it. That'd be nice. I'm thinking that creeper, there he is, that creeper kind of like overlooking the ocean or through a window or whatever that's supposed to be. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm now going to fill in the holes in the wall. Because we did knock a hole in the wall. We need andesite for that as well, don't we? I'm being so silly. I'm grabbing all sorts of stuff. So andesite with a bit of bricks above it, and we just need at the bottom here we need andesite with some bricks above it, and there we go. There we have some nice looking bathrooms. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to do this little tea room, coffee shop sort of dealio place. To make this, we need loads of stuff that we actually don't have, but we need a block of iron for this. We need some like spruce wood stairs for this. We also need some spruce wood planks. We also need some stairs. Well, oh god, I just got rid of material. What was it? Oh, it was a block of iron. We also need like the quartz stairs we already have. We also need the wooden trap doors. We also need some like flower pots, and we need, well, that's pretty much everything that we need that we have. Okay, so in this little space here, right in the very back left hand corner, we want a block of iron. Right of that, we want to have a row of upside down spruce wood stairs coming across that back wall. Okay, one row in front of this, leaving a gap of 1, we want to have, starting from the left, 3 spruce wood planks. That's 1, 2, 3. We then want to have an upside down spruce wood stairs going to the right, kind of like facing outwards, with a wooden trapdoor connected to the wall. We want to have quartz stairs here, like facing towards the back wall, right in the center of that. And then we want to have a flower pot on the left. Okay. Next thing that we have to grab is we need some like we need item frames, and we need like glass, just regular glass. I also want to grab some buttons here. I also need like a brewing stand. What else do we need, guys? We also need some like wooden, we also need some sort of like wooden seat, so like a spruce wood stairs would be good as well. We also need some stone slabs. We also need some pistons or some redstone. We'll grab redstone first. Okay, so right at the very back here, we want to, in front of the iron, place a button. On top of that, a glass. On top of that, a stone slab. Starting from the right now, we want to have, leaving a gap of 1, a brewing stand. Above the brewing stand, this is where things get a bit interesting, because we actually, we can place them. We want to have 3 item frames in front of those windows. Those are going to be filled in with some other stuff. We also need some flower pots for this. I'm going to place a flower pot like right here next to the brewing stand. That's supposed to be like a little fridge freezer sort of thing where you can get snacks out and stuff. That's supposed to be like where you would brew tea and coffee and all of that fun stuff. That's a cash register. Those are just mugs that we have the flower pots. Where we actually have this torch right here, this is where a seat's going to be, a spruce wood stairs. In front of that stairs, I'm going to knock into the ground, and I want to have a redstone placed like here, like 1 block below where the actual floor is. A piston, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff that I have in my inventory, it's driving me mad, and I'm going to grab a piston, and this will form a table, just a regular piston, like that. I'm also going to grab some red carpet, like this, and I'm going to place a little bit of red carpet just in the coffee shop like that, coming as far to the little chair that we have. And I'm also going to grab some stuff like some like cake and cookies and maybe like another flower pot to signify like drinks and stuff. And I'm going to place them in the item frames like that. So they're all the things that you can buy from here. And that is pretty much the little tea room, little coffee shop sort of thing that we have. And it looks quite nice. It fits in very well. And it is one of the last things that we have to do in here. So the actual last structure that we're going to build before we focus on lighting and the floor, we need the turnstile. And by turnstile, I basically mean that thing that you actually like insert your ticket into and then it lets you pass. So to make it, I'm just going to grab the stuff again. We need spruce wood fence. We need andesite for this. We need ourselves some spruce wood stairs for this. We also need an oak fence gate here. We also need some levers, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Also, you know what? Item frames would actually make sense as well. Maybe like item frames and maybe like a paper so that you can actually see what you actually have to like put in these things like this. Okay. So where we have the exit onto the platform for the trains, we want to take the bottom andesites here that are connected to the stone bricks, and we want to place a row of 3 spruce wood fence coming in front of each one of the andesites. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, and this will look like 1, 2, 3. Like this. We want the andesites in front of those. We then want to have upside down spruce wood stairs coming in from the andesites. We then want to have levers on top of the andesites, and we want to have item frames in front of the andesites with empty maps in them. We want to have an oak fence gate in between, and there we go, guys. That is the like little turnstile sort of thing that you would have to go through to actually enter onto the platform. So you'd have to give up your ticket to go through there, and then you'd be on the actual platform. Next thing we're going to do will involve a lot of the following. We'll need some red carpet, we'll need some redstone lamps, we'll need some stone slabs, we'll need some levers, we'll also need some oak fence, and we will need some glowstone. Okay. Oh, also some iron, some block of iron, if we can find it, and maybe even a little bit of like wood, maybe like oak wood planks or something like that. Okay, so first of all, we're going to light up the coffee shop and the 2 bathrooms. To do that, we're going to place a layer of block of iron inside of the top of the room. So I'm going to add a layer of block of iron into the men's toilets, going all the way around, or the Steve toilets, and I'm going to add a layer of block of iron going all the way around the inside of the female toilets, the Alex toilets. I'm going to fill in the top of these with redstone lamps, like this. I'm going to come to the coffee shop, and I'm going to do a layer of oak wood planks all the way around the top. So we're not using iron for the coffee shop, because I don't think that makes sense, although it kind of does. I'm going to add a layer of oak wood planks with a layer of redstone lamps inside here. I'm then going to add, I need a power source for this, obviously, so some block of redstone will work. And I'm just going to light up the lamps here by placing the block of redstone directly on top of the lamps. So, very, very easy to do, shouldn't cause you any trouble. Fill in the very front, the top of this. You guys can see we want to connect this, each one of the tops of the edges of the rooms from the tops of the rooms to the ceiling, like that, right? We now have to add a little bit of extra lighting around the place. So, for instance, we'll add some like redstone lamps here, like as you walk out. And these lamps look a little bit like this. They want to have, underneath the lamps, levers to actually like control the lamps, to light them up. We also want to have stone slabs on top of them. That's how the lamps look. You can add them wherever you want, but I think that they look quite good in places like this. So like wherever the stone... wherever you like have these stone brick pillars that kind of like come down through the wall, I think that they look kind of good there. I mean, you might not. You might want none of them. You might want less of them. You might want more of them. But I think that they kind of look good in these positions. And then there's not so many of them. We also need one here and here. So I'm just going to light up this and this. There we go. And if you place them in those positions around there, then it adds enough light that you don't have too much of it, and it doesn't feel too crowded in here. Some other things that you can do, by the way, is you can add some more windows. So if you wanted to, you could add like a window here next to where you buy the ticket. So you could add a window left and right. Where else could we add windows? There's not very many places. No, that's pretty much the only option, but you might want to add some more windows on the back just to make it look a bit more interesting. Add carpet. Add a bit of carpet into the place. So I'm going to have kind of like a red carpet leading from the entrance here, and it's going to come all the way over to the opposite side where we have the toilets. I'm going to keep it 1 block away though. Where we have the toilets, it's going to, in a row of 3, just follow the very center of the entrance. It's going to stay 1 block away from everything. It's going to lead all the way up to the female toilets. It's also going to lead a little bit here to the turnstiles, and it's also going to lead a little bit here to the tickets. So it kind of just spreads itself out a little bit. And as a matter of fact, if you want to make it, just shorten it there so it's like even, so it looks like a cross. That looks a little bit nicer, I think. Also, add some lights to this place, even more lights. I like these. So where we have this really high ceiling here, and where we have these rows of brick, where we have these towers, add some glowstone on just like oak wood fence strings. I think it looks great. I wouldn't come too far down with it. I'd only come down as far as I have, really. Maybe like 2 oak wood fence and like a glowstone, something like that. I think it looks quite nice like that. It's kind of difficult to space it out evenly though. Like I'm trying to. There is a pattern to it. You'll have to form the pattern yourself. Like you'll have to figure out like how far away you can place these things without them getting in the way of each other. But there's absolutely definitely a method that you can use to do it, and you could have like maybe 1, 2, and then you can have like 3 here, then they're next to each other here, so we can delete that one and we can delete that one. So we could just have 2 here on the left and right, and just space them out evenly, make them look nice, and do whatever you do on the left, do on the right as well. So we have like 2 up here, we have 2 up there, we can do the same thing here. So it's 1 away from the wall, and then we want to have 2 oak wood fence with a glowstone underneath, then leaving a gap of 2, then 2 oak wood fence with a glowstone underneath. And if we come all the way over to the opposite side here, we want to have again the 2 oak wood fence with the glowstone underneath, then 1, 2, leave a gap of 2, and then 2 oak wood fence with a glowstone underneath. And I just destroyed some bricks, so I'll just get some more. Those are places that you can hang lights, which look nice, but if you want to, you could also hang some lights from the ceiling, whether it be from like here, like from this position, and then equally so this position here. So you could have them hanging in like a pairs of 2, or alternatively what you could do, which I'm seeing would be actually kind of cool, and I'm going to space these lamps out just one row away, because I've just thought of a cool patterning for this. So I'm just going to spread the lamps, the lights out just 1 row away from each other. So now there's a gap of 3. And what we can have is we can have the lights here from the ceiling, if we have like it would be in this position. So if they come from like the roof here, from like the very top, and if we hang them down with oak wood fence, and we can have them hang either 1 row higher or low. Sorry about that, I sneezed. I didn't think you'd want to hear it. So you could have them like hang 1 row higher than this. So that might make sense to you. Can you see how that hangs? That's kind of cool. So we have one like right in the very center of the 2 lights, and we can do the same thing here. So if we just follow it up, if we send it up from the, we'll have to separate them by 1 when we will have to add another gap in between them. So we can just add the oak wood fence here connecting to the glowstone, and boom. No, what am I doing? So we want that there. And we can destroy all of this. No, and it wants to start from here. Okay, got it. So we can just, again, hang another oak wood fence from the ceiling. And you can see that it kind of like slots in between the 2 lamps that we've just done. And we can just have it 1 row above, so that'd be there, right? Yeah, and I think that looks quite nice, and if you wanted to, you could absolutely place an additional one. It'd be about here, I think, so this one could hang even lower, or it could hang even higher than the others, so it could hang about here. And this would be the, like, right in the center of the room, by the way. This is right in the center of everything. And you can just hang one there, and whether you want to connect them to the ceiling, if you want to go to the bother of doing that, then you can or not. And I think that looks kind of nice. And now you've got some nice hanging lights. Everything's nice and bright. You can see now, it draws your eye all the way up to the ceiling. It looks really good. That's the inside of the train station. That's the hard part. This next part is really, really easy. And I'll show you how to do it. So, what do we need for this next bit? This next bit, we need andesite, we need some bricks, we need some stone slabs, and we need some stone brick stairs. So, let's move outside now that we've done the inside. So, on the outside, we need to make the platform for the train. Really easy stuff. So, if we start from the very front left-hand corner of our train station, it's this andesite block below the stone brick. We want to extend this andesite going left by 7, or any amount that you want with your polished andesite. It depends on how big you want the platform to be. So I'm going to extend it out by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm then going to take the 7th block and I'm going to extend it in front of the station by 8. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm then going to drag this all the way over to the right hand side, and I'm going to drag it over to the right, and it's actually going to overhang the end of the train station. So you want to become even with the right hand side of the station, then you want to extend it outwards by like 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want to connect this backwards. We want to connect it all the way to the very back of the station. So to this very back corner here, like this. So you can kind of see the shape of the actual platform. It looks like that. It's a very, very simple shape. Connect the corners of that shape down to the ground with polished andesite, as I'm doing now. Really, really simple. We also needed this back corner to connect down as well. Wonderful. Now, we also have to make an area for the entrance, so we simply want to take this original 7th block, we want to extend it backwards like this, and we want to connect it to the back left-hand corner of your train station, and connect it down to the ground with your andesite. Where we have the row of 3 here for the entrance, like where you'd walk in, we want to extend this. So what you want to do is basically just take this entrance, extend it towards the side of the train station with stone slabs. So extend it to the side here, like I'm doing now. Destroy these 3 andesites, and then do stone bricks in front, and then connect them down to the ground with stone bricks, and then place polished andesite left and right, like that. That's the entrance, that's how you walk up. If you want to stop people getting onto the actual platform without buying a ticket, you need to fence off this area. Like that. So you can fence it off there, and then you can, if you like, fence it off here. If you want. Completely up to you. The next thing that we have to do, and this was really easy stuff, you want to fill the area underneath the platform, so underneath the andesite, you want to fill it in with bricks. Just regular bricks, nothing fancy. So we'll go all the way around and we'll fill this in with bricks. The entire thing. But we will fill the entire top of it. You guys might have already figured this out. We want to fill the entire top of the platform and the entrance in with stone slabs. Yeah, it's as easy as that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill in the top of the platform with stone slabs, and I'm going to fill in the side with bricks. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to be back once that's finished, and then I'll show you what this thing looks like once it's done. Back in a moment. So there you have, ladies and gentlemen, the station. Very, very easy. You guys know how to do this. You just throw stone slabs up above, and you throw some bricks down below. I'm actually going to just add an additional polished andesite there, because for some reason that was really, really bothering me. And if you want to add something to the station, then feel free. Like, if you think it looks a little bit bland, then maybe add some more seating, or maybe add like a little bit of a fountain or something here. Maybe I wouldn't add a fountain, actually. That I wouldn't do that, but you could. You absolutely could. Maybe add some potted plants or something like that. Completely up to you. I quite like the station as it is, but like I said, add something to it if you like. And that is actually the end of the tutorial. There's nothing more for us to add. So let's pretend that we actually have to go and catch a train, even though that there's no trains here for a while, at least for another 2 days. So we can now walk up onto the train station if we want to. We couldn't previously because there wasn't any stairs, and we can't hop this barrier, unfortunately, and catch a free train because we need to go and buy a ticket. This pesky fence, costing me money. So if we wanted to, we could have a leisurely wait outside here. We could wait for our friends or whoever it is that we're catching a train with, or we can just come inside. So the first thing that we'd probably do in here is that we'd ask somebody for a ticket. Maybe we want to go to NY. Yeah, I'd like a ticket there. So the guy behind the counter would theoretically just press this, we'd get our ticket, and then we'd realize that we're like half an hour early. What do we do? Well, we could go to the toilet, we could spend some time playing Angry Birds on our phones while sat on the toilet. That's something I enjoy doing, plus Clash Royale. Or we could go and get ourselves a nice cup of coffee or a cup of tea and a nice bit of cake from the actual coffee shop. If this was actually being manned, which it's not. I don't know why nobody's working here. Maybe I can just come behind here and I can get all of the snacks out of the fridge. They're overpriced bottles of Coke that they sell at places like this. It really does upset me. It's like £2 for a bottle of Coke. That's insanity. You could buy like 4 litres of it. Anyway, so we could get a bottle of Coke and we could get a nice bit of a cookie and we can sit down here at a table and we can just enjoy ourselves as we wait for our train. Or alternatively, maybe we want to wait with our friends or whoever over here on these nice comfy sofas whilst we sit and watch the world go by. Well, I think it's about time to actually catch the train. So we take our ticket, which we bought over there, we pop it in here, we'd insert it in there, bloop, barrier opens. Well, I mean, it doesn't, but it would open, and then we'd be able to walk through, and we can walk out onto the platform. And on this platform, we can either choose to wait out here, which we didn't because we waited inside, but we can just sit and wait for our train a little while longer, just in case it isn't here, or we can just, well, we actually can't go inside again. We've locked ourselves out, unfortunately, but if you didn't want to wait inside, that's what these seats are for, just waiting for the train, which, unfortunately, at this moment in time, isn't going to come, because those are going to be the next 2 tutorials. So this is only the second tutorial in my train station series. The first one was the actual building. The second one is this tutorial, the inside and outside. And now that we've got the platform for the trains, well, now we can build the trains themselves. First, I'm going to build a steam engine, like an old-fashioned looking train. So it kind of makes sense and it looks like it fits in with this particular style of station. But the next one afterwards is going to be a much more modern looking train. So look out for those. I think that you guys will really enjoy them. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, give it a favorite, give it a share. I'd really appreciate it. I honestly would. Comment down below, is there anything else that you'd like to see involving the train station or just anything in general? Let me know if there is something that you want to see next. Follow me on Twitter at TSMC360, and if you do build this or if you make any alterations to it or if you just want to show me your builds, show me on Twitter. I would love to see them. I honestly would. Subscribe if you haven't already. It allows you to easily keep track of builds like this, and especially if they've got multiple parts to it, it just makes things a bit easier, really. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the cards in the description below for each one of the other individual builds in this series. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.